For more than 50 years, Santa Monica's Belmar Triangle was a thriving African-American community until homes and businesses were seized under eminent domain to make way for the Civic Center and Auditorium. Eyewitness News reporter Adrian Alpert shows us how that early history is now being remembered.
The Santa Monica sun still shines down on Phillips Chapel Christian Methodist Episcopal Church at 4th and Bay Streets. It was the first African-American church in the Beach City, where the Reverend James Stout was the first pastor in the early 1900s.
We're reinserting the stories of the people and the places and the events of African-Americans who lived in this neighborhood.
Historian Allison Jefferson has written a book titled Living the California Dream, African-American Leisure Sites During the Jim Crow Era. She tells us how, from La Bonita, the earliest bathhouse, to the never-opened Ebony Beach Club, African-American beachgoers were segregated despite laws here prohibiting discrimination. A visitor can learn this history and more in an outdoor exhibit just completed at historic Belmar Park at 4th and Pico, on a half-mile walk past 16 panels that tell of an African-American history nearly erased. It's here where the city of Santa Monica turned a parking lot into sports fields and dedicated the perimeter to the project.
I want people to realize that there was this African-American community here, and I want them to realize the loss, but I also want them to recognize and remember the resilience of this community as well, from the stories about the lives of the people who are represented in this exhibit.
The Belmar History Plus Art project includes a large sculpture. From a distance, artist April Banks' work looks like the form of an original home. Come closer, it's broken into pieces.
So there's, 4 parts to the house. Outside it's called a resurrection in 4 stanzas. I wanted to capture the porch as this gathering place for neighbors and community, and porch life was really important.
There are quotes and images in the house that come alive with light and shadow. And at the heart, a time capsule, a collective memory project.
This is a resurrection of the Black history of Santa Monica, and specifically this neighborhood is where we focus for the commemoration of this history.
A few original buildings remain nearby, a reminder of what was lost.
Walking around this exhibit, folks will learn about this almost erased African-American neighborhood.
So much of the history was erased because after the property was seized, it was declared unsafe and burned. The panels tell a lot about the history, but there's a symposium coming up where you can learn so much more. It's online and it's free. To sign up, log on to abc7.com. Reporting from Santa Monica, Adrian Alpert, ABC7 Eyewitness News.